This video is part 3 of our frequently asked questions list. So on this one, I want to talk about homework and submissions for assignments and things like that. So you've hopefully gone through all your welcome materials. You're getting into things, you know how to do your homework and submit stuff, make comments, ask me a question. But I'll go through that again a little bit briefly. So for lesson videos, when you open that up, and this one's for Math 99, but it's the same for all of them. What I really want you to do here is just read the book. You can open up the book online. I usually right click and do it in a new tab, so that way I have it all there. And then I'm going to read through this section. I can get rid of the table of contents there. You could just use the PDF, or maybe you bought the book. But when you're reading through the examples, you could try them on your own, but you don't need to write those out for notes. For me, you're just thinking about like what you're learning, and then you can check yourself. There's try-its as well, which is kind of nice. So here you might read about irrational numbers and like say, oh, I never really knew that. So you might highlight some things, like you could do some highlights on your own. It'll tell you how to do that here, or you could just do it on paper, like I said. So when you're writing up your little summary, maybe 2 sentences or so, you're just telling me about what you learned. It could be more reflective. It could be more descriptive. So one thing I don't want is just this list of objectives. That's just copying down. Like you could just do that and copy and paste and give it to me. I don't want that. I want to know what you thought about it, what you learned, what you was refresher. And you don't have to go through every iota. I mean, if it's something like this, it's just pretty much review. You can just kind of go through it. Oh yeah, okay, that's interesting. I like how they set that up, or things like that. So order of operations is usually a big one to practice. And then you can see here if you want to just look at it as examples, but it's kind of nice that they hide it and then show you the full solution so you can actually try it out. But you see the original up here. A is 3 times 2 all squared minus 4 times quantity 6 plus 2. And that's also brought down here on the left. And then that equals this, equals that, equals, and so on and so forth. So you're going to have the steps written out. You don't always have to do that for me, but if you were teaching somebody, you might want to be more descriptive. And that's why the book is telling you what the vocabulary is as well. So however you like to read it, the PDF will look a little different. And then you're going to not have to do the try answers unless you want to. If you're doing the online version, they're embedded, but do not turn those into me. Then you're going to print out a sheet of the workbook. It might be a sheet, or it might be this one's just my own sheets. I don't think they're workbooks. It depends. Math 107, you have a workbook. It's a variety of how they're set up. But for 99 and 141, it's companion video sheets that I made. And you would just open the video, copy down what I say and write. And then if it's too slow for you, because I tend to talk slower in the videos just because I'm writing and I don't want to go too fast for people, you could 1.5 speed usually works out pretty good. But faster than that, it's too hard to usually pay attention, even if it's review. And you can always slow it down too, or pause it and try problems on your own. So you're going to turn in everything on that sheet. Sometimes I say to pause and just try it. Sometimes I won't, but all the examples, all the classworks to try, that should all be submitted. And how you do that, and again, it's like a scale of 0 to 10 based on your completion. So if most of it's there and it looks pretty good, then I am going to count it full credit. If it's kind of about halfway, you'll get 5 points. If it's passing with a C, you might get 7 or 8 points. So kind of look at it as an A, B, or C work. So then you're going to upload your file, and you know, choose a file and submit. And you can also write in the comments here for me. So I'm going to just skip through. I'm going to pick any file here to submit. So you can't see my files all popping up, but they're off to the other computer. And then now it's submitted, so you have that. It says late, but on these you get a 3-day grace period. So that's not auto-graded. I grade these myself. And then next will come optional help videos. So that's up to you if there's a particular thing you just need more info on. There's also videos inside your electronic math. So this is, or homework. So this is your e-homework, and this one is due 9/24, but originally it was due actually yesterday up here, September 23rd by 11:59 p.m. So I have to use a late pass. I already entered that earlier in an earlier video to show how to do that. So I may pause this for a second, get one where I need to do that. Okay, so I've gone to an old assignment. Say you just marked this as done because you wanted to get through, and you want to go back and do it now, even though you know you're going to get a few % off here and there, but that's better than, you know, 0 points, right? So this one, you're going to redeem 2 late passes because it's just that much more pass. So it's 2 days late. And that's okay. You have 50 late passes to start with. If you need more, just email me and let me know. And this one, actually, I will override the late if people, I'm given some grace the first week. But typically you're going to click here, redeem late pass, and then you can go ahead and start. And what happens here too, if I go out of this, if I start it and I start working, but then I say done and I don't have any score, it's going to now put in a 0%. So until you go back and resume and start doing some problems, then it's not going to work. Okay, what you don't want to do is hit review mode, because then your score won't change. Like, so if you're late with something and you just go into reviewing, then that's not going to work. Okay, now I've gone back into this other homework. I already put in a late pass. It'll last me for the whole day. And then I actually want to just pick a question, and I want to message my instructor because I have a question about it. I'm not sure. So I'm going to message instructor and I'll ask a question, and then, you know, like, how do I blah, 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 right? So then you're going to get a reply from me. I might say attach your work. So you could attach a file right there and put something in, or you could upload, browse for your file, drag a file over, and things like that. Okay, so you can put whatever file type I think in there. Make sure it's something I can read, usually JPEG or a PDF file, not something from an app. Okay, and I'll just send that on. And then you can click up there to get back to my assignment and resume. The other thing, what did I want to tell you about? Oh, if you click in the box there, you'll see this, you know, little tablet come up, and you get all sorts of different kinds of functions that you may or may not, you know, need yet. But that's very, very handy. And then you can even get some tips on how to write that. So if you can't see the whole thing, I clicked those little dots, and that said more, and I get the full directions. So a lot of times you may not see it at face value, but they give you some hints on how to, or descriptors, and an example of what to enter. After that, let's say I put something in, I just put the number 5 and then I'm going to hit enter, and I didn't get it right. So I can try again. Let's see, 6 and enter. Still not right. So I still get even one more try, and I could, oh, maybe I'm done with my tries, I think. Let's see if it lets me do it again. Nope. So I get a couple of tries of checking my answer. And then it's going to say, well, let's either watch a video, get some help, or try a similar question. So make sure you realize those are different. You can also jump to the answer. And if you do that, then you can still get a similar question. So like if I do that and I just want to know what it is, right? Then my attempt is done. Okay, so I can't just, redo this one. I don't think. So if you try to type in that answer and submit it by hitting enter, it won't take it. So you're going to have to go try a similar question, and then you have your, you can actually put something in. So I hope that helps you get familiar. Hopefully you're working with this, but you might have some questions along the way. Just feel free to ask, and have a great day.